At the end of the day, everyone has their own journey. Everyone has to deal with certain things and different experiences that not everyone is going to understand. Hey Salon Beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jamila and I create modest fashion, beauty, and lifestyle content here on YouTube as well as on Instagram, so be sure to subscribe. Subscribe to your girl. I'm gonna give you some time. We're gonna give you some time. Did you hit that button yet? Okay, girl. Thank you. Alright, and also follow me on Instagram. I create nice content over there too. So yeah. So today's video is a highly requested video, and I know all content creators and influencers say that, but this is a story that a lot of people have asked me about, and I haven't really made a video about it, or I've shared bits and pieces but not really like the whole story. So today I'm going to be sharing my hijab story, and I thought, why not on World Hijab Day? Like, it just makes sense. So happy World Hijab Day to those who wear the hijab, and also to all Muslim women all around the world, you beautiful queens, period. So before I share my story, I kind of want to give you guys a backstory of just like my upbringing and my household. My mom is Christian and my dad is Muslim. Like, that's just how I grew up. So my mom would go to church and my dad would always take me and my brother to the mosque. Like, that was always my childhood. I was always at the mosque every Saturday and Sunday, even Friday was my life. So I grew up Muslim. I grew up not necessarily knowing the details of my religion or how I should practice it or how I should view my creator. So a lot of times growing up, we were told to do certain things that, you know, necessarily didn't understand what we were doing. And I guess that's no fault to how we were kind of taught it, because your parents can only teach you how they were able to learn themselves. So however their parents were able to learn certain things is how your parent is gonna also learn certain things. Growing up, like, yeah, I knew it was important to pray, and I knew it was important to read my Quran, and I knew it was important to learn Arabic and stuff like that. I still didn't understand a lot, and I feel like if I asked more questions and stuff like that, maybe my experience would have been different. And I honestly didn't start practicing till I was about 21. Like, here and there I would pray and stuff, but always felt like it was something that I was kind of like forced to do and not necessarily taught. Not taught, because of course we're taught, but like it was never explained. If you get what I mean, let me know in the comments. So yeah, I was never really taught, okay, like, this is Allah, this is why you need to pray, this is why we do such and such, this is why we do such and such. So the explanation is what I feel like was lacking in my childhood, just to understand how important it was for me to know at that time. And obviously I'm a child as well, so that also becomes a factor. Like, a lot of children, like, they do things because they see their parents doing it and don't necessarily understand. And that's where sometimes the explanation can come in and help that. So yeah, so that was my upbringing. Not really understanding as much. You know, getting into the wrong crowds as I grew up, not hanging out with the right people. Started doing things, started partying and doing other things. You guys know, y'all could read in between the lines. Y'all could like fill in those blanks of just like, you know, living as an adolescent, like doing what all other kids were doing, like any child would. So after living in that way, partying, going out with friends, doing stuff that I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing and I knew wasn't making certain people happy, but doing it anyway because I just didn't care about anything. Like, I felt like at that time in my life I was just doing whatever made me feel good, and that was it. Like, nothing else was concerning to me. So in 2015 I had just turned 21 that year. So, you know, that's the year, like, most like teenagers and stuff like that want to drink, want to go out and do stuff and all of that. For me, like that's when everything really hit me, and I'm just like, okay, like what am I doing here? Like why am I even here? And I know that a lot of people probably have asked themselves that question, like what am I doing here? What is my purpose? What am I supposed to be giving back? Like, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Why does Allah want me here? And in 2015, that Ramadan, I think that Ramadan was in August, I was just like a mess. When I say a mess, I mean like super depressed. And nobody knows this because I'm kind of a person that like holds a lot of things in, and I don't express how I feel as often to the people that I should, and that's something I'm still to this day working on. Yeah, at the time I was very depressed. I felt like my life was just moving in a way that I didn't like, and I wasn't sure what to do about it. But the only thing I knew was like, there's Allah. Like that's all I know, right? Yeah, I prayed. Yeah, I did all of those things, but all I knew was that Allah is there. Like my dad would always tell me, like, make sure you pray, make sure you ask Allah for the things that you want and stuff like that. And of course, when you're younger, you do it, and it's just like, yeah, Allah, I want a bag. Yeah, Allah, I want yeah, Allah, I want to pass my test. I want to get a 95. So it's just like, it was asking a lot about like superficial things. So I never like really prayed about things that, you know, I felt like, or I didn't know that I was able to talk to Allah and just have like a regular conversation. I need to figure out what my purpose is. I need to figure out how I can have my life change, because I'm tired of doing the things that I'm doing. And mind you guys, I was 21, but a lot of things have happened to me, just like they might have happened to you or someone that you know, where it's like, all right, now I'm fed up. Like, what else am I supposed to be doing here? You know? And I feel like at that time I was in a very depressed state. And just one day I was just like, does Allah even love me? I remember one day, it was like close to Ramadan. Ramadan was about to start. And I'm like, you know what? This Ramadan, I'm gonna actually fast. I'm gonna actually like use this time to focus on myself. And I deleted like every social media that I had. I had Instagram, I had Facebook at the time, I had Snapchat, I think around that time. I deleted everything and I went into like isolation mode. It was like so weird, because it was like I made the decision to figure it out, to figure out my purpose, and then I was like, all right, I need to shut everything down. One day I prayed, and like before Ramadan I prayed, and I was like, Ya Allah, please help me, because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Just help me. That's literally all I said. Like, I didn't do like, you know, like formal prayer. Like literally I just got on my knees and I was like, Ya Allah, help me. Of course I cried and all of that, because at the time I was very sad. And I'm just like, Ya Allah, I need your help. And I think we all have a time where we're just like, oh Allah, I need your help. Guide me, guide me, guide me. And sure enough, Ya Allah always finds a way to guide us and to show us what we're doing wrong and how we can fix it and how we can get to know Him. So that's kind of where I was at after that prayer. Ramadan started. I was fasting consistently. I was going to work at that time. So I kind of started wearing like a turban style and like trying to wear long sleeves. So it's August, so it's kind of hot outside. And this is my attempt to be modest. So I was wearing, it was probably like a jeans shirt, and it was a long sleeves, and then I would wear it open with like a regular t-shirt and just tie my head with one of those like African head wraps, and go to work. I was fasting everything. I was reading Quran. I was learning Allah's 99 names. I was literally doing everything and nobody knew. I was kind of just like in this, I'm just trying to learn, Everything was like blocked out for me. Like it was like blinders on. That's it. It comes to the end of Ramadan and I'm like, I want to start wearing my hijab. Like I want to be able to wear it properly. I want to be able to, start that journey for myself. And this is a decision that just came out of nowhere. I didn't talk to anyone about it. I didn't ask how it should be worn, because at this time, like, there was a little bit of like, hijabi influencers getting online and stuff like that. So I would like Google like where I could find the best hijabs. And I remember like, if you guys know Basma K, like she's like the first person I saw like release hijabs during that time. And I was like, oh snap, like this is a black hijabi. Like that was like one of the first people that I saw. And I was like, oh wow, she wears that so beautifully and I can do that too. Why not? So I bought her hijabs. They came in the mail. And at this time I was in college. So people in college already saw me without hijab and all of that. And then I'm coming back this whole brand new person. Okay, I don't do certain things anymore. And I don't do certain things with those friends anymore. So it's like, what do you do? And mind you guys, I'm 21. Like I was very naive back then in certain things. So I didn't know like, oh, I can have a conversation like, okay, this is what I'm doing now with my life. It was kind of like I just blocked everyone out. And I feel like that's one of like the tips I would say, not to like shut anyone out and like make them feel as if like, oh, you're too good now for me to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like I never intended it for it to be that way, but it happened like that. I really didn't like pay attention too much to it because I was also in my own transformation and I was trying to figure myself out and what I can do better, that I wasn't worried about anybody else. But I feel like that's something I could have did different, because it takes nothing to explain to your friends or to share a new experience with them that you're going through. And if they get that, they get it. And if they don't, to the door, like, period. In 2018, I finally decided that, okay, I want to get on Instagram. Because if you know me from before, I was always someone that did their makeup, got dressed up and stuff like that. So this was a new journey for me. I was able to now dress more modestly and wear my hijab. So that was very different for me, and I liked a lot of the women that wore hijab online, and I was getting a lot of inspiration. So I was like, oh, I want to make my own Instagram, da 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 da. So that's how my Instagram came to be. Love it there. Yeah, it's just cool getting to see everyone like living their truth and be who they are and be proud of who they are, despite what anyone else thinks. And that goes for girls who wear hijab and don't wear hijab. So yeah, I started posting more on Instagram and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much my hijab story. Nothing too spectacular. I'm not perfect. I'm not claiming to be perfect. I'm just making this video so people can get some more insight to who I am, maybe related to their own experiences. And for those who may be wanting to wear hijab, this might be helpful. Just be yourself and living your truth. A lot of people are always going to have something to say. There's always some haram police saying that, like, your hijab is not worn right, this is that. At the end of the day, everyone has their own journey. Everyone has to deal with certain things and different experiences that not everyone is going to understand. Make sure you're wearing it because you want to get closer to Allah and you want to do better things for yourself. And maybe you don't like the way your life is going right now. You want some things to change. All you gotta do is take that first step. I know that's not always that easy for everyone, but sometimes it's very necessary for growth and for change and for wanting to do better with your life. And I just pray that Allah continues to guide me as well as you on that journey. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate everyone that shows me support. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.